Welcome back to the garage. Today we're going to be taking a look at the original steering column. Somebody painted it poorly. All the stuff on the inside is covered with paint. One of the springs is broken for, I don't even know what it's for. I have no idea what I'm looking at. But anyway, we're going to take it apart and see if we can't find a spring to replace that one that's busted and potentially strip it down and repaint it so it looks decent and I can stick it in the car. We'll see. So here are those springs I was talking about. I think it might be for the horn. We'll say it's for the horn. So this one, the spring's working well. It's a bit goopy in there, it needs to be cleaned up. But this one looks like it was broken off at some point. You can see the spring is, let's see if I can focus there for you. Might be a little close for the old iPhone. But you can tell the spring's broken and it doesn't actually spring back. It's supposed to come all the way back up. So I'm gonna see if I can maybe find a pen spring or something that'll fit in there. But anyway, we're gonna take this apart and clean it up and see how she goes. All right, so you'll notice in order to disassemble all this, I cut off the two connectors, but what I did is I cut them at all the wires at different lengths. That way if I go to splice them together, if that's what I end up doing, you don't have joints at the same place. It doesn't get super fat, so when you go to pull it through the steering column, it all fits. And then this is the culprit here. I mean, you can see even more so the jacked up spring. This spring works great. This is looking pretty rough. I mean, it's 57 years old, so it doesn't really surprise me. I'm not sure how good the contacts are in here. So what I'm going to do is see how much a replacement harness here costs. Because if it comes assembled with all of this and it's fairly inexpensive, I think I'd probably be better served to just buy a replacement. The wires are pretty stiff and old, and I don't know what the continuity in there looks like. I don't know if there's busted strands. Probably not. It hasn't moved a ton, but you never know. But what I will do though is I'm going to take all of this and get it all cleaned up, because this stuff's all good still. To include the actual column housing. All right, so hell, and when I said someone painted it, they may not have painted it. This might have just been Ford quality in the mid 60s. You get all kinds of overspray in here. I think that's probably what it is, actually. So anyway, we'll get this cleaned up and painted, and I'll do some more research on this bit right here and see what we're gonna do. All right, that's another episode of Joe Farting on the Garage. Pretty short one today. Pretty straightforward with the steering column. The wiring harness for the turn signal, it's like 35 bucks online, so I'm just gonna order a brand new one. De-pin the connector, repin it with the new wiring, and call it good. Other than that, I think next step is Borgeson steering, and new steering components underneath, because all I have right now are tie rods, and that won't do. So we'll get all that stuff installed, toss that in the car, and that way I can lower it and steer it, and Bob's your uncle. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate y'all coming along, and I'll talk to you next time.